Now, I'm actually filming this video after last night. I was going to film it before, but I'm really glad I've waited, because even though this video is, of course, going to be about England versus Finland on Sunday, we cannot now discuss that game without discussing what on earth went off at Wembley for not the first time this year. Another shocking display. England completely embarrassed, humbled by Greece, who were thoroughly the deserved winners on the night, and it was terrible. I will get onto a score prediction for the Finland game, but it all brings into context actually that England, for probably 12 to 18 months, we're not that great. We're not that great. We're not playing well. And I include going back to some of the games in the Euros where we were terrible, seconds from going out against teams that you'd expect us to beat. Remember, this is the fourth loss this year for England. The fourth time we have lost. I can't remember the last time we lost four in a calendar year. This also includes a loss at home to Iceland, now Greece. We need to start calling players' performances out. I know I'm going to get shot for this because he has come up with the goods in the past, but there's a few players we need to call out now because they've not been doing it for a long time, really, in an England shirt. One of those is Jude Bellingham. He went missing for 80-90 minutes last night, and I know, ultimately, obviously, it didn't matter in the end, but he was still the one who did get that equaliser. Obviously, he scored the equaliser against Belgium as well, and obviously not forgetting the overhead kick against Slovakia. But just like in all those games, he was missing again for 80 odd minutes. Phil Foden, again, not doing anywhere near enough in an England shirt compared to what he's doing for his club level. Rice, I'll be honest with you, I'm starting to dislike Rice in an England shirt, and I, at the minute he's stealing a living. I don't think he's that great. I really don't think he was that great. I've made it clear on this channel previously, I think Declan Rice was probably one of our worst players at the Euros. I just don't think he's good enough. He isn't good enough in tight spaces. His passing's all over the place. I know last night he was isolated. He was the one there and we got overrun. Can't remember the last time I've watched a game and I thought, you know what, Rice was absolutely amazing. I really can't, against anyone of any sort of calibre. I just don't get what's going off. Palmer was shocking. Less so on Palmer because he's not had the opportunities. But last night, he was absolutely shocking. And I'm hearing the excuses saying, we was experimenting or Palmer was out of position. I don't care. I do not care. These are professional footballers. Yes, the system and the way we perform rests on Lee Carsley, but the players have got to take some responsibility here. No one on that pitch, no one can leave with their head held high. Nobody. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Regardless of where you're playing on the pitch, there's no excuse for giving the ball away. There's no excuse for sloppy play. There's no excuse for not finding a player. It was horrendous last night. And really, Greece should have won 4-5-1. They should have done. I mean, they had 3 goals disallowed, 1 cleared off the line. Obviously, though, brings us on to Finland. And I'd written down a load of things I was going to talk about, particularly in regards to, Kane being injured. Will he be back for this? And I don't know, players coming in. But it's just, look, we just need a performance. We just need a performance. And I go back to England haven't played well consistently in a long time now. And we're not as strong as what we think we are at the minute. The problem is, and Southgate had the problem, but he clearly dealt with it better than Carsley. We've got far too much attacking talent, far too much. And Lee Carsley's answer is to chuck them all in. Obviously, it didn't work. I mean, to the point where we didn't even play a striker last night and there was no focal point. Defence is an absolute shambles. Worse than what it was under Gareth Southgate, but this is a persistent problem we're having. I don't know why he didn't play Mark Gahey last night. Really bizarre. Left back is a massive concern. We're very raw at the minute. How we got to the European final, I do not know. And I'm not saying England on the day can beat anybody. And with the players we've got, we should be beating Greece. We should have beat Greece last night at home. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, Greece are a good team, but the night and day in terms of man for man. But for some reason, we've regressed, at least under Southgate. And I was hearing people calling for Southgate to come back last night, by the way. But at least under him, you can understand why he put that structure in place. We were difficult to beat. We were very difficult to beat. But last night's performance was just so immature. It smelt like an under-21 performance. It smelt like an under-10 performance where Everyone's just all out and out attack. The defence are all over the place. The worst thing about it, you're saying we're all out. Well, I'm saying we're all out and out attack. I don't think we had a shot on target until the 60th, 70th minute, or late in the second half at least. So the attack wasn't even right, and it was just far too easy. I mean, it got to a point where Greece was just, every time they went forward, they were in behind. It worries me now about Sunday. It really does worry me about Sunday, because when you look back on that game at Wembley, when obviously it's now only 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, and it's not often I do back-to-back predictions. We're now away from home against Finland this Sunday, and I'm really concerned, because going back to that game at Wembley, they had chances in that first half, exactly the same way that Greece did last night, and if they'd taken them, who knows what would have happened? Who knows? We weren't that great against Finland. It took us ages to break them down. Shockingly, we're now stuck with the possibility of being left in League B for another 4 year cycle, wherever it is, by the time we actually get back into League A. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I've been causally in. You can put it down as an experiment, but Jesus Christ. I mean, the statement he said after the game was that England worked on that system and the players were used for 20 minutes before the game. 20 minutes. And he admitted it. He admitted it on national TV, radio. Yeah, we tried something. We did something for 20 minutes and then give it a go. I mean, it was just a literally caution to the wind. Just go out and do what you want. And that's what the players looked like they were doing. Just like they were doing what they want. No one played as a team. Second time this year, I've been to Wembley and seen England get beat pretty comfortably as well by teams that should not be coming to Wembley and beating us. And like I said, I'm glad I'm making this video now, because this prediction has vastly changed in the last 24 hours. I mean, the way England are playing, if it isn't already, if England fail to win on Sunday, Carsley's not getting the job. He is not getting the job. What I think the score will be, I mean, am I at the point where I put Finland as favourites? Because the performances are that bad. And it's not the first time we've seen it this year. And Finland are on the same level as Slovakia, Greece, Iceland. Do you know what I mean? How can I sit here now and say that England are going to go to Finland and win? I'm calling it. I think Finland will beat us Sunday. If we play like that, Finland will beat us. I'm going for a 2-0 Finland victory on Sunday, and I cannot believe I'm saying that in this prediction video. We're bang out of form, have been for a consistent time, and we need to figure out how to get these star players to work as a team. It's literally my past 30 years coming back to haunt me all over again. This is what we've had as England fans for years. Go back to the golden generation. How do you get them to work together? Southgate was doing it. Someone needs to come in and find that formula and get it right. And it means big players are going to have to be left on the bench. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on my next video.